Come on, Dugan. Don't you want to do something useful with your last 2 minutes on the job? Not really.
I got involved with the project when the director, Antoine Fuqua, called me up and said, hey, I got a role for you. We actually had talked about doing something maybe a year or two prior to this project coming along. And it just so happens that I had a window of opportunity, and he called me up and said, hey, come on, would you like to work with Don Cheadle and Richard Gere and Ethan Hawke? And I was like, okay.
Listen to me, you cannot take this deal.
Wow, Tango.
Can we just take a ride, please? Cass, please, let's just take a ride, man.
Yeah, man, let's take a ride. Come on, man.
The movie's about Brooklyn. It's about, you know, good guys and bad guys, the light and the dark, and it's about a time and a place. It's not about a narrative, you know, a plot, or it's not about a person. And it makes you feel like you're kind of making a portrait of humanity, not of, you know, some isolated individual. And there's something thrilling about that.
Tango's an undercover cop who's working with this crew out of Brooklyn. He's, it's drug dealers, criminals, gangsters. And he's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place because his boy, who he's close with, who actually protected him and took care of him in jail, Kaz, who Wesley plays, has become one of the main targets of their investigation.
It's just good to know we got some real fam out there, man.
You do this, you got detective first grade.
That's what Brooklyn's Finest is about for me. It's about the pressure that police officers are under and the choices they make because of that pressure. And the result is what we witness in the news. So Brooklyn's Finest is like a headline to me, to that.
We're all imperfect creatures. And we're led to sin. Pray for forgiveness.
There was something here that I really wanted to explore, and I wasn't quite sure what it was until we actually did the scenes, and I realized what was coming out, that was being expressed in these scenes. A lot of emotion in there, a lot of self-loathing, a lot of anger, but a lot of tenderness, a lot of rage about God, about how a universe that can allow horrible things to happen.
They got millions of dollars sitting in an office, all drug money. Far be it from me to wag my finger at somebody who's looking out for himself.
What are you doing?
He said he really thought that this script could kind of bring in some big names. And I didn't believe him. I'll admit it. I didn't believe him at the time, but he really went out there and he's talked to these actors. He told them, you got to do this movie, it's going to be great, and they signed on. And it still blows me away when I think of the names.
I was like, I just want to see Don and Wesley just talking back and forth, and being in the scene, being in the frame together was exciting for me. It was almost like they could be talking about baking a cake, and I was just like loving it, because they're just cool guys, man. They're great actors, and you can see them doing their thing, And they were like that off camera, man, just kicking it and talking. And it's great to have those kind of guys, man, because they help me, as a director.
He's very, very disciplined, and he's an intense cat, That's why his movies are so intense. He's an intense cat, even when he talks sometimes. He's like, yeah, man, right. Yeah, Wes, that scene sucked, but can you do it again? It's like, that's what I like, man, that's what I need.
Humble, just real open to suggestions, just real down to earth, low key. It's been a real honor to be in the presence of all freedom, actually.
BK Project, highest crime area and the highest crime precinct.
Yeah, I said it, we are. You can call me Caesar in a dark sea.